there, I'm Trish, your navigator. We are in the Christmas season as I record this. It doesn't really matter when you see this, though. It's an appropriate time for you when this crosses your bow. So let's go see what Spirit has to tell us today in terms of relationships. Now I get the highest and best message for today. What wonderful messages do we have today? We have the star, we have wishes, we have beautiful imaginations. We have the Five of Cups crossed with the Page of Wands. The base is the Devil, the crown is the Six of Wands. Three of Cups is energy coming in. Two of Cups is the potential future. We have Four of Wands. We have Eight of Wands. We have the Hermit. And we have the Ten of Cups. Okay, so what it looks like to me is that this has to do with a romance or a friendship that you're wishing that it would be a romance. You're wishing on it. It seemed like everything was all nice and good coming in to this particular instance. And it doesn't matter when you watch this, it's going to be appropriate for this now time. At the base, there's some limitations. Either you are hoodwinked or the other person's a manipulator. It's got you upset, though, and you've been grieving about it. It could be that you were looking at something, you didn't like what you saw, and it got you upset. But you have an opportunity here, and here's the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands can be new information coming in. It can be new messages coming in. Perhaps there needs to be some communication. If you choose to communicate with this other person, then you'll get on a much more stable ground. You'll feel victorious. It's like the relationship is starting anew. Perhaps there were some issues that have been happening that they may have been misunderstood. So you choose to communicate with this other person, and you find that the lack and limitation was actually your misinterpretation of your surroundings, of your realm. So you decide, well, let's start again. This brings some stability to your life. And it also, when you choose to do this, there's a lot of information that is unloaded at that time. It could be that the person was holding back on some information because it wasn't the appropriate time to bring you into the issue. And they didn't realize how sensitive you were they didn't realize how much you were feeling at the time. And this is a time of year that you can end up more sensitive and be able to feel what's going on. You know there's something under the surface, but you're not really sure what it is. And instead of turning and walking away from it, you choose to pick up the Two Cups and begin again. And it's like, all right, well, I'm strong enough to be able to understand, and this is where the Hermit comes in. You go inside and you listen to yourself and say, hey, did I misinterpret this, or did I see things wrong? The biggest lesson that you get out of this little guy is that you understand the communication is so important, not only for you, but also to be able to let other people know how you're feeling. And when you do that, then you end up with the Ten of Cups. You end up at the highest level of happiness because now you've been vulnerable enough to allow someone to see what's going on with you and to be able to vent things and get things out so that you can clear the air instead of you sitting there and stewing in it. And that's a good thing. It's appropriate at this time because we're at the time of year, at the time of this recording, where the feelings are heightened anyway. This is holiday season, and people are anxious. And it's ego driven. It's all ego driven. People are not willing to put aside their ego and see what's going on with the other person. It's like, I'm giving you a gift, why don't you like it? Type of stuff can be happening at this time. I'm not saying for everybody, but it does happen. It's like a lot of times we do for other people because of how we feel, and and there's nothing wrong with that, except it should be that you are feeling good because you are giving, not because of the feedback from the other person. So it gives you an opportunity to look inside and see what's going on. Your wishes do come true with this. Because you listen to yourself and you decided, hey, something's off here. I'm feeling constricted. I'm feeling limited. There's something going on here that it's not working for me. The Lovers are in hell at this point. But through communications and allowing honest communication to occur and actually listening to the other person, it allows you to start anew and allows you to take this relationship to the next level. So it's a good thing. I don't think that I even need to clarify anything. To me, it looks really clear cut in that you open your mouth, you talk to the other person, you work things out, you lay everything out on the table, you understand the other person is understanding you. They were selling you short as well. Perhaps they didn't think that you could handle it. And you are in a much better place because of this little hiccup in the road. So it's a wonderful thing, and really just hiccups. Life is happening today. Just don't take it to heart. Just communicate with the other person, and you'll be able to work it out and move on to a much higher level. I hope that you enjoyed today's reading, and if you care to, you can like the video for me. It allows other people to see it so they can come and see if it resonates with them. And share it with your friends. Help me to become more noticeable on the tubes. And I hope to see you again really, really soon.